Merry Christmas, and here we are dealing with Bullet Man. These are standards that are covered in the National Greek Exam Level 2. So we're going to deal with Calais, three termination adjectives, agreement, which we've seen before, and megas. Kind of review from the beginning. Adjectives agree in their nouns and gender, number, and case. Same for the articles, definite articles. That's how you always know the case. So therefore, in case right here, we have high, which is not feminine, and plural, agreeing with nays, the ship. So it's not the ending, it's the gender, number, and case. Primary adjective we've dealt with are the Calais, Kalos, Cologne, following first, second, and second neuter declensions. We also have to deal with the irregulars of megas as well as polus. These are primarily only irregular in the masculine and the singular. Everything else, it's rather straightforward. So therefore, you have megal is the stem, a, ain, ace, a, I, as, on. But you have a little difference right here in this section of the singular, masculine, and nominative and accusative, as well as the neuter. The rest are just regular. Now you also, in the same principle, you also need to apply to the polé, polus. Now, polé is merely double lambdas, and then the same endings we would see, except for, again, that little square of the nominative masculine singular, as well as the nominative accusative masculine singular, as well as the neuter, where it's a simple lambda, and you have this upsilon there. So, two ponu, so we're dealing with genitive singular, and we are dealing with not the nominative neuter accusative, but a masculine genitive singular there. Teon meteron. Notice third declension noun, dealing with genitive plural. Therefore, you are dealing with genitive plural. And then gune is a feminine woman, nominative singular. Therefore, we're dealing with pasa, which was a little ahead of the time because we're going to deal with that right now. Personal pronouns are, generally speaking, will occur heme, emo, samon, se, so, son, as well as aute we've seen before. He mes is the adjective, but the pronoun, but this is the adjective. He metera os on, ours. And so therefore the possessive, or generally speaking, hosos pater is the father of you, or the your father. And they generally speaking will work with their nouns. They look very similar to the nouns. So we also have a unique adjective. It's a two termination following third declension. So notice the alpha. So sophron, sophrona, sophroni, os, ace, as, sophrosin, and sophronon. So notice the genitive, the neuter, plural, and the accusative, nominative have the same ending. But basically, it's a third declension. Certain adjectives will be eudaimon, amenion, and the comparatives. Notice they are seen because they have the on ending. Pas, meaning all or whole. Notice, except for the masculine singular and the nominative and the accusative neuter, it's all the same. Feminine will have pas as the stem. Everything else will have pant, and then it follows what? It follows third declension. Panta, panti, pantos, pantes, pantas, pas, panton. When it's singular, it's every, and when it's plural, it's all. Now, so therefore, pas means all. Pantes hoi politai, all the citizens. It can also occur with it between the adjective and the noun, hoi politai pantes, all the citizens. So pas is a fun one, meaning every in the singular, all in the plural. So ta arotra, neuter plural, panta. Ois neanias. Notice ice is not always feminine because the masculine dative singular plural is found here. It's in one of those strange alpha declensions. So therefore it's kalois, not kalais, because look at the definite article. That's always the gender signal. Sos, of course, yours. All right, let's deal with the last bit. So we have to worry about numbers. All numbers are based on one, mia, haste, hen. It is irregular, except when you get here, right? Second declension, right? It does have a bit of a feeling of a third declension mixed, doesn't it, though? Thalata, thalatan, thalata, thalatas. Good, but then look at the masculine. Haste, henna, heni, henos. Just like third declension. Same principle applies when you add ude and not one. None is a very common word. Udemia, udemias, udemias. See, follows that first declension. And just like haste does, when you deal with the masculine, you end up with a third declension endings. Hudes, hudena, hudeni, hudenos. And oddly enough, you can have none in the plural. Udenes, udenas, udesen, udenon. Of course, uden, udeni, udenos. That one is very common. Now, number two is only in the plural, of course. So you often deal with declinable. Duo, duo. Notice the dual. Duon. That should be duois, actually, and then duon. And then, of course, for the feminine, for third declension, you have trace, trace, trissy, treon, tria, tria, trissy. Teteres, teteras. So notice it follows that third declension. Tetera, tetera, teterasin, teteron. Notice there's no singular. After that, all nouns are not declined. So ude unites ude plus two. So quick thing on numbers that you have to worry about. Now, adjectives dealing with attributive or predicative. Attributive means that it's just like an adjective we would think, right? The good man. That's attributive. The definite article will come will come in place of the noun. So the attributive position, the good man, right, or the man, the good one, could occur outside of it too. Predicate position is when you have the definite article. So it's like an equational phrase. The man is big or the man is big. Substantive is when you just end with the definite article. The good, the big man or the big thing. So it's the real key is the position of the adjective in respect to the definite article noun pair. So hagathos theos, right? We have hotheos, agathos squared in between. That means it's attributive, the good God. Ergois, the only thing that agrees with ergois, plural dative, would be trissi. And then to agathon, this is no noun, so therefore the adjective is standing as the noun, substantive of the noun, which would be the substantive use, the good. All right, that takes care of Bullet Man and all of its varieties and vagaries. Good luck.